Getting back to what you said just a moment ago, the conversation needs to be had about the 49ers and whether they are, in fact, a talented team, whether they are, in fact, a good team, and really, what the hell do we mean when we say they're talented or they're good? What is the difference? So, Jesse, let me start by saying that I still believe that the 49ers are a talented team. Now, I have to say that and admit at the same time, I may have some blinders on. I go into this with optimism. But what do we really mean when we talk about being talented versus being a good team? To me, it's about the 49ers. While I still believe them to have talent on this team, I still believe them to be able to turn the tide to some respect. Sitting at 2-4, going into week 8, I have to say definitively, as of right now, the 49ers are not a good team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the team is talented, right? Because they have blue chip players. Let's go through them real quick.
Yep.
They have Kittle. They have
Check.
Bosa. They have Warner. They have Debo. They have Trent Williams. Those are 5 blue chip, high level players right there. Then you've got some really good secondary players from Jimmy Ward, Jaquiski Tart. We could talk about
Juice.
Ayuk, Juice. Like there are some good secondary pieces there. Tomlinson, I would throw into that loop.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
DJ Jones, Armstead, Ford. You have a ton of talent on this team. Talent is not the problem with San Francisco. They are not a good team. They are not a sound decision-making team, and they are not a well-coached team. That is the issue with the San Francisco 49ers. Talent is not the issue. This is easily a top 10 talent team in the NFL. I'd argue top 7 when everything is right. Maybe even top 5. Let's be real. You go top to bottom. Even the special teams has some talent. So, no, talent is not an issue with this team. The fact that they're probably not going to make the playoffs has nothing to do with the talent base.
No, I have to agree with you there. And it passes the eye test. You see the flashes of greatness. You see when everything clicks and everything is firing on all cylinders. They just cannot maintain it for any considerable period of time. It reminds me of an old 69 GTO that I used to have. It had this 455 in it, and it would foul plugs like nobody's business. And you'd fire it up, and when it was running on all cylinders, man, that thing purred, it rumbled, and it made you feel fantastic. But that thing was misfiring, and just many a time because you couldn't keep it running at the highest level. And that is the feel of the San Francisco 49ers. And much like I was not a master mechanic back when I was 16 and couldn't keep it running at the highest level, Kyle seems to not have the answers from a coaching perspective to keep this team operating at a high level for any period of time consistently. It is very frustrating to watch the 49ers be unable to sustain the type of success that we've seen in flashes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's crazy? This season is driving 49er fans nuts because they are talented enough and they're just not executing. How would it feel to have been a Cowboys fan for the last 7 years? I got to imagine this is everything that they've gone through. You've got the talent. You've got the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line is stacked. You've got players in the secondary and along the defensive line. They are a favorite to win an easy division. And then they never come through because they can't execute. They're not well coached. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys and their fans must have felt really up until this year for about a 7-year stretch.
It's wild. Black Razor comes in here saying talented team is ability, right? And the 49ers are talented. They do have the ability. The good team is when you execute properly. And that is clearly not happening with the San Francisco 49ers. And again, I have to go back and look at the buck stops here with Kyle Shanahan at the top of the chart. That's who I go to when I look for answers. So that naturally transitions a bit into our next topic, which
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I think the old saying goes, hard work beats talent every day of the week, but nothing beats talent that works hard. The 49ers are the talented team. that are simply being outworked. And if they would work as hard as some of the opponents, they would be a very, very good team. That's where you get Super Bowl caliber teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe the Cardinals, some of those other teams where there's plenty of talent, but they're also outworking everybody. They're out executing and they simply want it more. That's what the 49ers are lacking. That leadership, that heart, it's just not there right now.